talking about a debate, a public debate, Middle East Eye recently revealed that David Cameron, as Tory Foreign Secretary, on the 23rd of April 2024, made a phone call to ICC Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan. And in that phone call, he threatened that if the ICC issued arrest warrants for Israeli leaders, the UK would defund and withdraw from the ICC. Now, Le Monde, the French newspaper, have also separately reported on this. No mainstream British newspaper has reported on it at all. Should they report on it? And should the current Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, investigate these reports, given their seriousness, and try and find out what happened in that court?
I think we need to know. We have a right to know as well. And I'm pretty sure this will be mentioned in our own inquiry. I can imagine it will be. And certainly if Middle East Eye wants to make a contribution along those lines, you'll be very, very welcome to do so. I find it quite astonishing that a foreign secretary of a country that proudly signed the Rome Declaration. I was in Parliament when it went through, the Rome Declaration to set up the ICC. And there was opposition from some Conservatives who wanted the armed forces exempt from it, but that didn't happen. It went through in the way it should have done, and we are part of the ICC. And so the idea that the Foreign Secretary would challenge the Chief Prosecutor, who's a man who should be treated with respect, with great integrity, and in a very, very difficult job, to be threatened by one of the original signatories of the Rome Declaration is absolutely appalling and shocking. And so it's interesting that you reported it, well done. Le Monde, which is a pretty brave paper at the best of times, reported it. British media, I've seen nothing of it anywhere. I've seen it mentioned on social media, but not in the British media. So let's get the story out there. And Cameron, who's a member of the House of Lords, at some point you have to answer questions about this.
Yeah, I should note that we approached Cameron for comment multiple times and he didn't respond. Now,
well, he's a very busy man. So
right. Francesca Albanese actually told us that threatening the ICC in that way is a criminal offence under the Rome Statute, and it's also a crime under domestic law, so it's a very serious issue.
Well, a case could be mounted on that basis, and Francesca is correct, it is, because if you set up a legal system, then you have to protect those that are making the decisions from intimidation. And so, for example, judges in Britain undertaking judgment of a case, I cannot approach a judge because I'm a member of Parliament and say, listen, sir, I don't like the way you're handling this case, so I want you to find in a different way. That judge would probably haul me straight before the court as being in contempt of court. And he would be right, or she would be right to do that. And so the same principle must apply in international law as well. So Francesca is correct on that. And so Cameron, in a sense, is in contempt of the ICC process. Now, I've heard him on other occasions call for the ICC to operate, as it has, against other leaders around the world. What it did in Sudan, what it did in former Yugoslavia, he supported all of that. So he can't pick and choose. No. Or perhaps he can.
Right. Well, he actually told Karim Khan, according to our report, that the ICC is one thing to go after Putin and Russia, and it's another to go after Israel, because Israel's a democracy.
Wow. I remember a Tory MP speaking in the Council of Europe. We were debating the European Court of Human Rights, which actually has only ever made, I think, 2 decisions that are critical of the UK. It's a very small, in the league table of European nations that are affiliated to the European Court of Human Rights, Britain is very, very low in findings against it. The highest country of findings against it were Turkey and Russia before they were removed from the Council of Europe system. This Tory MP said, look, you've done too much. One more judgment against Britain and we're out.
Right. Wow.
And that was said in the Parliament. Now, you can't be prosecuted for what you say in Parliament, because Parliament has, in the case of national parliaments, usually has immunity. I'm honestly not sure whether that immunity applies to the Council of Europe Parliamentary Assembly. It probably doesn't.